Today we are going to look at an important concept called text blocks. Okay, text blocks is an important concept which is introduced in JDK 15, and it's primarily used to create strings which cater to multiple lines. Okay, so earlier before JDK 15, whenever we wanted to create strings which caters to multiple lines and to retain the indentation as mentioned as we need, we used to follow escape characters and we used to append the strings one after the other. So with the introduction of text blocks, we can retain the indentation as in the way we need. Okay, and we need not write some cumbersome code to perform this operation. So we will look into that. Okay, so let us write. Okay, let us say I have a string where a simple HTML file, and I want to write the content of that HTML file. Now, in a regular mechanism without using the text blocks, how can I write it? If I see here, mm, HTML equal to write HTML slash n plus. Okay, okay. Now, if I have to display this, if we see here, so in order to display the content, HTML content in with the proper indentation, I had to use the escape characters with the new line characters. Now the same string, if at all we want to change. Okay, if we want to put it in new line characters, separate lines. Okay, then we have to write it separately. Okay, okay, HTML str. Okay, so if we have too many number of lines which cannot fit within one single line, then we have to split the strings by appending them using a plus symbol. Okay, so in this way, as the length of the string and the number of lines keep increasing, the number of appending to the strings also increases a lot. Okay, so this is a cumbersome code which we had to write. So with the text blocks, okay, we can avoid this by making these changes. So we'll start the text block with a three double quotes. Okay, and then we can give the string we wanted to assign, and then okay, okay, and then I want to close it. Okay, now since I have completed my string, so I'll close it with the triple double quotes, enter. So it is created. So internally it might save in whichever way you want. whichever way it can, the compiler. But when it comes to the visuality and display purpose, okay, so it will retain those and it will maintain it in this way. Okay, so even in this one also, if we can see the starting of the string, we have given a some spaces as an indentation, right? So text blocks understands that this is an indentation, okay, and it will trim it. And if we see, so there is this indentation between html and h1 that is still retained. So it intelligently understands that and accordingly handles those indentations in the way possible. Okay, and we can, it even retains the new line characters, okay, and carriage returns, okay, and it even for example, if you see here, right, let us say I want to have a separate line, okay, and then I want to have a body, okay, this is a body section, okay, right. So if we see here, if, even though when we add a new line character after a HTML, right? So these new lines are also retained. So if we try to display this, see, it retains the indentation as the way we give it, right? So between HTML, H1 and body, we added a new line character, new spare line, so that is retained. So in this way, if we want to give specific indentations in the string, all those can be retained. So in this way, let us say if we want to templatize any HTML strings, or if we want to templatize the HTML that we want to write in Java, we can even do that. Now, let us see that. Okay. HTML is equal to HTML templatized h1, okay, and then body. Now this is the string. Now if you want to templatize it, pass a character, some string dynamically, then we can do that. Okay. So if you see here, we have made it templatized, wherein we are passing a string. So here I passed the string Avinash, and it has replaced the percentages with the string. So in this way, we can use this as a template engine as well, with some addition added logic that we want to introduce. Okay, so this can be specifically utilized when we try to write custom queries in the in the in Java, specifically when we try to use the Spring Data JPA or Spring JPA libraries, wherein if we want to use the custom queries, so normally we write them in the strings, and for writing those queries, we perform an indentation by appending the strings as we explained earlier, right? So in those scenarios, we can use these, okay, to templatize them, which could be used. So for example, let us say um, we want to Um, Sometimes we even encounter a scenario where we want to retain the double quotes. Okay, so we'll see one such a scenario. Okay, right now if we see here, okay, we in a normal scenario, in a normal string, we have to escape the double quotes by using the escape character. Now here we need not do that, we can just use whatever we want, right? So if we try to just display it here, okay, see, it retained the double quotes as is. So in this way, any special characters or indentations, and where earlier we used to before JDK 15, where the string in while including them in the string, where we used to use the escape characters, here we need not do that. Okay, so in this way it simplifies the way we create the strings and we utilize the strings, which is going to be a great addition. Okay, this is about text blocks. Thank you for watching.